Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Roots. Happy Black Friday.
Hey, happy Black Friday. Did you get any deals?
No, dude, Black Friday deals are like bad now.
Yeah, you gotta wait till Cyber Monday.
Dude, Black Friday
Wait,
started like a week ago.
how, yeah, why? Why did they gotta do that? Why did they gotta
Because everyone's
start it
just, I
early
don't
and
know,
then by the
everyone's
time,
just like, we need to bring back Black Friday where people fought for stuff on the
yeah,
street. Bring
yeah,
that back. That's what we
Black
need in
Friday
America.
is one day to go chaotically buy everything. The only Black Friday deal I saw out there was Trading View. Uh,
Bro,
getting,
I'm never paying for Trading View. Well,
I'm paying for Trading View
You
and I
just get
wonder
more
why.
tickers, right?
Yeah, more tickers, more lists. You can do more things on your charts, but there's not.
You
I
see
mean,
my charts.
the
I
free
just like
version
scroll.
of TradingView is like the free version of Spotify. You get most of everything. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you see my charts. I don't even draw on it. I just like watching the green.
There you go. Do you see a green candle? Looks good to me, right?
Yeah, and then
Welcome, Bren.
I
Oh,
still be
he's
messing
here.
with his
Yo,
mind.
yo, yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Yo, we're
How's your
good.
Thanksgiving?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Pretty good. My throat is killing me though. I was talking about I was eating too much salt for Thanksgiving. Dude, and
Damn.
I
I
just
didn't know that
I
was a
feel like you
thing.
were kind of already sick like a few days ago, no?
I don't know. I'm like always sick. I'm a sick person.
I
Damn,
I'm kind of the same way. I'm sick
crazy.
quite a bit.
How
Like
was your Thanksgiving roast? You probably didn't celebrate it, huh?
No, well, yeah, I did. I watched football all day yesterday while in the office, and I
Nice.
did a lot of sports betting, and it was fun. It was stressful, very stressful, but a lot of fun. I enjoyed my day.
are people
Almost
locked
losing
in?
everything.
Are people locked in on in the office on Thanksgiving in Canada? Is that a thing? Like it's
I
like
was
oh
I was
yeah.
busy. I was working real hard actually. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a quieter day in general, but it's just a normal day.
Yeah, it'll be
Today's
interesting to see before we go into your market update, which I'm stoked for. It'll be interesting to see over the next month whether, the strength continues for assets in general, especially crypto, or if we kind of go into like a Christmas slump. It's like most of the time it seems like in my 8 years I've been trading, most in starting with Forex and then crypto, it seems like most of the time it does slow down like mid to late December. Last year, I believe we still ran like kind of into Christmas, into the end of the year. Some years, you get a slump into like mid January. So definitely be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, let's do your market update, Rhodes.
Sounds good. Yeah, there's been a lot going on, really. In the terms of various pockets of interest and movement. So, Bitcoin made a rally toward 100K earlier today. It's kind of retraced a bit. We're hovering around 97,000 right now. But it's trying to push sneak ahead towards that 100K amount. Ethereum jumps past 3,500. I know it was there before, but it's up to almost 3,600 at the moment and showing kind of the most strength of at least a couple days ago, and looking strong. Crypto tax free in Hong Kong, or they're looking to make it tax free in Hong Kong. I don't exactly know what that means. I don't know if that's a capital gain side of things, or if that's point of sale, or what that actually means. But continuous streams of positivity out of Hong Kong and China towards crypto in general, and I think super positive overall towards crypto. So NFT markets moved with ETH yesterday mainly. A very green day yesterday. A bit of red on the board here today. But overall, an interesting thing to see. That's something we really haven't seen since the bull start of last cycle. So continue to watch that. There is a general underlying factor to why things ran yesterday, and I'll get into that later. But and then AI memes kind of remain the narrative, and base virtuals are the latest kind of runner overall. A little harder to trade and move with. They've been around for about a month, but seeing a lot of success. and kind of making some moves and some noise. The virtuals token is up to over $1 billion. I think it's 1.4 billion. And to my understanding, it's a token that kind of raises the value of the actual AI agents as well, because it goes up and then they go up kind of in tandem. So an interesting spot there. On the NFT side, a lot of volume on Ethereum, 15.7 over the last 24 hours. So strong day there. Ordinals and Solana kind of hovering in behind. Weekly risers, like I said, the last 24 hours has been a little bit red. Not a lot going on, but the previous day was really strong, so I switched it to weekly. Apes up to 15.3 ETH, 30% up on the week. Mutants up 23% on the week. Kind of lagging. They should probably be closer to 3 ETH. If it's to follow that 1-to-5 ratio that they generally are in. So they may be a little bit undervalued. Of course, it's a lot easier to move apes up versus mutants just on the supply side of things. Also have V friends in there, and this is not just to play to Bren, as he loves his V friends, but also because they are up 27% on the week as one of the larger weekly gainers. And then on the Solana side, Solana Monkey Business Gen 2, I guess, up 43% to 35.4 SOL.
Wow.
And then on the meme coin side of things, over the last 24 hours, not a lot there. Mids kind of chopping a bit, down a bit. Bonk up 11% to 3.5 billion. Peanut up 20% to 1.3 billion. Probably, retracements, rebounds there. Act, I still don't know a lot about Act, but it's been on this list a couple times, up to 646 million, up 60%. And then AI 16Z up 65% to 330 million. As kind of your larger cap gainers. And then on prediction markets, the relative, or the how valuable this is on the end of November one kind of fluctuates as the price is really fluctuating today. But I still think it's interesting. 100K Bitcoin by the end of November is at 18%. I think there's a reasonable chance that we could still rally here into the weekend. 100K could be hard to push, but year end at 78%. So kind of the how the prediction markets are seeing the price of Bitcoin here over the next 33 days or so. So yeah, that's the news. That's the updates. Let's pause there and get chatting.
Hell yeah, interesting. Yeah, we forgot to last time. We should definitely do a poly market update. Just in general, I want to look at your guys' NFL bets from a couple of weeks ago, and then see if there's anything interesting on there. I haven't really been checking too much, but I would assume with how much they're doing with like marketing and stuff, they'll probably have a push with more bets and interesting stuff to start the year. But thank you so much for that, Broats. That was awesome. Let's go ahead and get to the majors real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, you want to pull up yours,
Yeah,
or I should share mine? Up to you.
Nah, I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. Share screen. Let's do this. Let's just do the window. All right, perfect.
We can also talk about. When I watched the Shirley video you sent me, you're on, Bren. I watched the Shirley video you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty typical. I mean, I think he did it the other way, where I did it. We basically did two different methods to get to the same answer. Basically. Yeah, that's what it was. It was interesting.
Yeah, Shirley's like a big shorter too. He just like nailed this cassava short that he was like tweeting about for a few months, and then it just dropped like 80% the other day after they found out that their Alzheimer's medicine was like doesn't work or something. But interesting. Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit later for sure. It definitely opened my eyes for sure. I didn't really understand too much when we were talking about it on the show. But watching that video, I could definitely see how that might be a good strategy. But
I mean, he's definitely more articulate.
He's like, that's just his shit. It's like his like thing is shorting. So
I mean, he's a fundamental equity investor. So that's kind of, it's not like he's not doing technical analysis or anything. He's just looking at the
For sure, yeah. He looks at all the shit behind the company, all the earnings and everything. He's like a value investor, like Warren Buffett or something, when he's not shorting. But
You can call me the Warren Buffett of meme coins, though.
hell yeah.
So, I don't know.
But yeah, Bitcoin. Let's see. So I think last time we were on here would have been Tuesday. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. By the way, I hope you guys got. It's always nice having a nice refresher to get off the screen for a day. So that was nice for me. For those of you who didn't celebrate it, I hope you enjoyed the boring ass day in the market. Hopefully, you touched some grass. But yeah, so Bitcoin. Last time we were on here was Tuesday. Told you obvious corrective behavior. We pretty much went up like right after this. We got off the stream here was like the bottom, and then been up since. Again, obvious corrective behavior. Unless Bitcoin fails to break up here at 99K, I do think we're just going to continue to just breach 100 and keep going into next year. It always is possible that if we fail to break 90K here, we do form a bigger corrective consolidation, something like this, or maybe it comes up a little bit more one more time, fails to break that, and then comes back down one more time. At that point, again, I would just look at that as a corrective consolidation, and likely it would be the same outcome. We're going to go higher, but it would just take a little bit longer. So again, we just got to see the next few days to make sure we break this 99K high. Worst case scenario, come back down one more time. If you are trading leverage, you long Bitcoin, or you trade perps or futures, you're looking for a good entry, that might be it if we do get down here. Let's go ahead and look to ETH really quickly here. ETH, same setup as Bitcoin, coming out of this nice corrective channel. I wouldn't be surprised. ETH looks a little bit like it wants to come down here more than Bitcoin, but they'll probably both do the same thing. But I could see something like this if ETH doesn't rip here soon, where it just comes down one more time and we just form a bigger corrective channel. Again, the more times it bounces in these channels, the stronger the corrective behavior becomes. And essentially all this would be is, again, same as Bitcoin, would just give us another entry, same outcome. To me, this is an obvious corrective behavior, whether it goes up straight from here or we come back down one more time. I do think in the next few weeks, Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol are going to move higher. So that's Ethereum. Let's look at Sol real quick. Sol, same kind of thing. This does look like it might be a little toppy right here, and we could come back down one more time for a low in the channel. But pretty much it could just rip here as well. But if we do come back down one more time, you are looking to get a long entry or just add some Sol, some stables, or whatever it may be. That may be a good opportunity back down, probably sub 230. But again, if it were to break below like 237, very good chance we do come back down into the 220s one more time. Again, I assume there'll probably be, maybe a good amount of FUD around there. I think we're at this point in the cycle where almost everybody's a bull. But still, ignore any type of FUD. If we get one more move down, that's either time to hold or long. Probably gives you another opportunity to accumulate some good meme positions, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, just to kind of conclude what I just said, ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, all in a nice corrective behavior, nice corrective channels on the lower / mid time frames. And really, it's just a matter of time before we climb higher. I do see Bitcoin 100K by the end of the year at the very least. Obviously, it gets tricky around December. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, a lot of the time you will get a slowdown anywhere from beginning to mid-December, all the way through like mid-January sometimes. So we can always expect that. But I mean, if anything, that would just be an opportunity for us to cool off a little bit, relax, get everything dialed before a very exciting, what I think is going to be a very exciting 2025. So that's it for the majors. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance really quickly. For those of you who've been on the show for a little, maybe a few weeks, few months here, you know how we feel about Bitcoin dominance. I did think up here that it was possible we could get one more move down to 60, or up to 60, around 63, 65, kind of the top of this, corrective channel type structure. But we have come back down under kind of the corrective channel type structure here. It's possible we chop out here. Maybe Michael Saylor buys more Bitcoin, or some country buys Bitcoin and we get one more move up. But I think this choppy move up, this is indicative of at some point we are going to get some type of reversal. Probably come back down into the 50s one more time. And at that point, maybe it's a longer term reversal and, Bitcoin dominance goes down forever, or possibly it's just a short term correction. Who knows? Either way, I think sometime early in 2025 could be starting now. This box I have here where Bitcoin dominance comes down will correspond with a massive euphoric bull market, like probably crazier even than 2021, I think. But either way, kind of like what we got in 2021 where memes were going up, crypto gaming is going up, metaverse stuff's going up, majors are going up, alts are going up kind of at the same time, where Bitcoin kind of takes a back seat. It doesn't mean it's going to go down, but just where kind of the most euphoric part of the season where everybody's trading crypto, your mom is trading crypto, like, all that shit. So I think that's what we're going to be getting in the next few months. Again, it's very possible we're already getting that reversal. I think what I was saying last week, if we get 2 weekly candle closes below this corrective channel, which would be next week's weekly candle close, then very, very, very high chance that the move is already over. That the top is already in and that Bitcoin dominance probably just comes down here, at least in the short term. So again, this just supports the case for a very strong, digital asset, really, crypto, NFTs, meme coins kind of super cycle, or just at least a very strong period in early 2025. So let me see here. Let's go on the S&P 500 really quick. See how it's been performing the last. Okay, so yeah, I think new all-time high right now, or just about, new all-time high in the last few hours. S&P 500 continues to head up. Again, my thesis here, my base case is that assets in general, you can call it because of, Trump and the way the Senate and the House are set up now, due to, so far the rate cuts, going smoothly, whatever it may be. I do think that assets in general, crypto, stocks will continue up and have a strong 2025, barring we don't get something out of left field, fucking nuke goes off, something, God forbid, like something crazy, a bank breaks, or like, unemployment shoots up crazy, we get a nasty recession. Barring something black swan like that, I do think assets are going to continue to have a strong 2025, and crypto is going to get most of that attention, most of that volume, or most of those gains. So S&P 500, if you are more of a stock person, I definitely would not be selling stuff like Tesla or any of that, because I do think, again, especially something like Tesla, which has the narrative with Elon and Trump and all that too, I do think, I would definitely not be selling the major stocks. And then just to go over a few more things on TradingView, kind of the bigger coins, maybe you're somebody on this stream who, doesn't have all the time in the world to be, in meme coins and actively trading and all that. You're just looking for somewhere to park your money that both has a ton of upside, but has almost zero rug risk, where you're not going to have to worry about this coin going to zero or going down even 50% from here. I think the biggest sleepers, kind of the most undervalued, like altcoins right now, are in the layer 2 tokens, the Ethereum layer 2 tokens. Optimism, ZK Sync, and Arbitrum being the biggest of those three. Now, Optimism, beautiful corrective channel. After these airdrops, it's given plenty of time for this supply to be distributed. I do think the ETH-L2s are going to get a ton more volume. Most people don't realize that most Ethereum transactions, most Ethereum activity is going to actually be done on these L2 guys. I'm talking NFT trading, meme coin trading, all of that. You can already buy most of the big memes, or pretty much all of them that have any type of liquidity on Base, on Optimism, all of these different chains. And that's just going to become more popular. They're going to have more mind share. And with that, I do think the L2 tokens sitting at like 2-3 billion, whatever they're at right now, are an easy 10x over the next few years. As long as, crypto continues to gain adoption. And then Optimism, Arbitrum's pretty much in the same setup, guys. And then let's just go and look at the King Doge really quick. See how it's doing. Just ripping. Still this week. Today it's going up. I think it's probably going to break this high here and continue up. This is extremely bullish, guys. It's like I said here, like there's literally been only 3 days in history that Doge has been higher than where it's at now, or maybe it's like a week if you count where this down here. And as more people start to see that their Doge from 2021 and past years are in profit, that's going to create a huge attention effect and wealth effect where a lot of this Doge wealth, once it goes to a dollar, will start to shift into other stuff as well. So extremely bullish for everything in crypto, especially meme coins. So yeah, I think Doge is going to go to $1 and beyond, probably early 2021. So, or 2021, early 2025. So yeah, those are a few coins. Polkadot and ENS probably being the last few. Again, if you're looking for something with 5 to 10x plus upside with very little rug risk, where you can kind of just set it and forget it over the next year, Polkadot, ENS, what did I just say? Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, and AVAX, one more as well, because of the crypto gaming narrative that also is about to pop off. AVAX is one of them. I know I keep saying last one, but this is because I just remembered the crypto gaming thing. Superverse, this is a coin, again, if you want to have big infrastructure play where gaming's about to blow up, Superverse, definitely looking at that. Even though it is close to all-time highs, I think this does have 5 to 10x potential next year as well. And then one more, I promise, Carrot, which is a crypto gaming and AI play as well. Hasn't really moved for about a month after kind of moving up initially in September. Just back to all-time highs, you're looking at 3 to 4x from here. And again, another one with 5 to 10x potential next year as well. So that's all the majors, the stuff we're going to look at TradingView. We'll talk about meme coins in a second, but in the middle, do we want to talk about NFTs here, Rhodes?
Yeah, Bren going through coins here like he's going for seconds at the Thanksgiving table here. Just one last one.
Of course, yeah. Add anything too, by the way. Sure.
Yeah, you want to
That's
pull up
awesome. Excellent work.
the ETH Bitcoin one?
What's up?
No, the ETH Bitcoin chart. Because
Yeah,
ETH's been
yeah.
moving. It's kind of similar to Bitcoin dominance, but this is more specific, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so ETH Bitcoin. Let's see here. So, unpopular take. I still think ETH Bitcoin is going to make new all-time highs. The ratio, which sounds crazy right now with how much mind share Bitcoin has. When you have Michael Saylor buying billions of dollars, you have potentially nation states going to get into the game here. But I do think potentially the potential for everything that's going to be on chain. I'm talking everything from tickets to every contract you can imagine. RWA is talking, BlackRock's talking about every stock being tokenized. Everything, being on these smart contract blockchains, to where Ethereum being the biggest player. I still think that ETH as a platform, again, with all of these things that are going to be built on it, the world's financial system, or at least a big part of it in DeFi, I still think ETH, the platform, the smart contract platform, has more ceiling and more upside than Bitcoin and digital money, or store of value. And for that reason, I think not only in the long term but in the short term, pretty soon here we're going to get a strong shift from ETH Bitcoin, and then that plays into Bitcoin dominance too. I'm glad you brought that up, Danksy, because I forgot to bring that up. That Bitcoin dominance, the big reason that this has moved down so hard is because ETH has been moving up. ETH, most people don't realize, still dominates a large amount of the crypto market cap. I don't know what it is. I imagine it's a few percent itself, or maybe 5% or something. So when ETH moves up and Bitcoin doesn't, or moves high against Bitcoin dominance alone is going to move down. So I think a big part of this Bitcoin dominance move that's going to happen next year is going to be fueled by Ethereum moving up very strongly as well. So I do think ETH Bitcoin on the lower time frames, even right here, is very choppy and corrective, which tells me that sell pressure is slowing up and soon will take over, and we'll see ETH Bitcoin move to the upside here. And again, if we break above this corrective channel that I have drawn, the higher time frame one from the last year or two, at that point, if we show like impulsive behavior, I do think very likely this is the move, the impulsive move that could very well take us back to all-time highs. Because it's very simple here. Put aside anything, the narratives with Bitcoin, all of that. Chart-wise, we're looking at big impulsive moves on ETH obvious corrections, big impulsive moves. To me, even though this is a deep 50% correction on ETH Bitcoin, very choppy in nature. And I do stand on that thesis that ETH as a platform, being the biggest smart contract platform, will have a higher market cap than Bitcoin eventually. Again, this could take another year or two to play out. As you can see here, this move up from here to where it went to the all-time highs took just 3 or 4 months. So it could be quick, could be a couple years, but I still do think that ETH Bitcoin, this is a correction and that we will see ETH Bitcoin back at the all-time high ratio-wise. Now, if you're going to see a $200,000 Bitcoin, you can kind of do the math on what that would be for ETH. And for that reason, I do think a lot of people are underestimating ETH in general, fudding it at the worst time. And not only that, not really understanding the full potential where if ETH Bitcoin does hit that all-time high ratio with Bitcoin at a 200K, maybe under that, that's a $20,000 ETH. So I know that sounds crazy to some people, but again, over the next few years, I do think we're going to see this thesis play out. Right now sounds crazy, but I do think once ETH does see a massive shift, maybe to around 0.06, people will probably be more accepting of this view. What do you guys think? Do you have any thoughts on this? Hello?
I mean, I think ETH is the
What's up?
Still. ETH. Let me pull mine. I think ETH still has so much more to run, right? Had a pretty good couple days since the election, but Bitcoin hitting all-time high and ETH not even close. I mean, it's definitely one of the better bets on right now if you're looking at the majors and putting significant amount of capital in the majors right now. Let me pull up my screen. Like if you zoom out.
So yeah, ETH Bitcoin I do think is going to head higher. Ethereum either way, even if ETH Bitcoin doesn't go crazy in the next few months, I do think ETH, like Dankster was just saying, is in a great spot. And is my thesis. I posted a thing on the channel last week. I do think, which we probably should do a reset here in a second, but I do think ETH from here against Sol over the next, let's just call it 3 months, is going to outperform Sol just because of how much it's been lagging behind. So, short term, medium term, long term, I do think ETH has a lot higher to go here. Let's go do a reset real quick. If you guys are just coming in, maybe you're coming in from the Boss Man channel. I know a lot of you guys probably are. What's up? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. My name is Bren. My Twitter, you can see it there in the bio, I got locked out of it about 5 months ago. It's been a long hassle. I will have that back soon. But I spent a lot of my time running the Bossman Calls channel with my partner Bossman. We've been running it for about a year now. When I joined up with him last year, December, we had 300 members. Fast forward, we just hit 31K about a week ago. I think the biggest thing is, we do have profitable trade ideas, a bunch of 10 and like 20Xs like this month. But I think the biggest thing is we focus a lot on education and doing stuff like these Twitter spaces. I do a lot of streams like this as well in the Telegram, a couple times a week, do all my detailed analysis, all that. My partner Bossman does a lot of the lower cap meme coin stuff, but he's great overall as well. So definitely check that out if you're not in there. And then we got Rotes and Danksy. Usually we have Furloco on, which is another one of our guys. They're partner as well. They run a group called Bridge 3 Labs, which is a super multifaceted alpha / NFT project kind of Discord group, and they have a Telegram as well. There's guys in there that know, crypto, stocks, Bitcoin mining, just a bunch of different cool stuff in there. So definitely go check out what they're doing. Right now we're running it, while my Twitter's down, at least we're running it through their Twitter. So definitely click on that, check that out. Give everybody a follow on this stream, and appreciate you guys for being on. I forgot to say, we do this on Friday as well, or I'm sorry, Tuesday as well at 1 p.m. PST, Fridays at 10. So before we move on to NFTs, you guys have anything else to add?
No, I appreciate the room reset. Let's just move on to NFTs. I think Rhodes has it up already. So
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so really almost surprising kind of move here on NFTs. I've been saying here for a bit that we're gaining momentum, but really we're still looking for the new year and kind of for Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance and things like that to kind of settle down, right? For NFTs to really kind of catch their edge. But we have seen these pockets of movement and success, and with NFTs, they move a lot like you'd see on crypto and Doge, where like these like sharp moves up, and then you get this corrective period here for a period of time, and then and another move up, right? So we just had one. Yesterday was a very strong day across the market, seeing 5 to 10 to 15% across most NFT collections, even digging up some of the old OG collections and them getting a bit of a move. So overall, a really strong day.
What was something that
Yeah.
you saw move that you were like really like, what the hell?
I don't know if there's anything like that catches you off guard and you go, "What the hell?" On. I mean, I think anything can get a bit of a move and a sweep and get a move. But it
Yeah.
was really good to see things like Cool Cats kind of rebound there. Um, Dead Fellas making a move. Collections that were really strong back in 21, 22 that had kind of really died off or lost some of the momentum, seeing a bit of a resurgence and a move. I think some IP type plays, things like that, I think catch people's interest, community, etc. And they're just at such low values that people look at them and be like, hey, that seems really cheap right now. I'm gonna pick up a few and it'll move the floor price. But for the general perspective, when it comes to NFTs, sure, we've seen punks rally and we've seen them do quite well, and they are really the gold standard for NFTs. And at the end of the day, if all NFTs disappear, you're still going to see punks hold this crazy value of some form of like relic artwork collectible. Hundreds of years from now, they're going to stand the test of time. There's no question there, right? But apes is really the driver of the success and the vibes and the momentum in the space. And for a long period of time, especially through this summer and period of consolidation, the vibes were off on apes. There was a lot of FUD. There just wasn't the same. They kind of lost direction on things like Other Side and all this gaming stuff, where they just weren't driving uh, energy towards the apes and the brand itself. And we kind of seen that start to shift. And then most recently, over the last few days, a fresh wallet, and this isn't too atypical from the NFT market.
Yeah.
A fresh wallet loaded up $6 million worth of ETH and just started buying apes. And it could be any one of the whales that already exists. It could be a new person entering in.
Were they buying
Who
like
knows
mostly
what it is?
floors, or were they like picking like more rare ones, or did you check?
I did not follow to see what it was buying. I don't think it really overly matters. I don't know if
Yeah.
they've picked up any grails. I didn't see anything like that on the timeline.
Mhm.
So just buying. For the most part, there's if you're new to NFTs, there's this scale of like aesthetics and NFTs rarity and mid rares versus rares, and the price scale will kind of fluctuate on there. I don't think we're at that kind of time frame yet, but
Okay.
it's getting close, right? So you're going to want to value hunt for rares and value hunt for really clean aesthetic
So
NFTs,
say
etc.
somebody's coming in right now with a project like that hasn't really pumped right now, like apes. Obviously, I still think there's a ton of upside in those projects, but something that's like completely slept on right now, or what they think might be that might have another move. You're saying that as of right now, you should probably still hit floors if you're looking for
Yep.
just like to be liquid. As the floor goes up, but pretty soon here it might be smart to start looking for more of the rares and stuff.
Yep. Aesthetic floors, don't hesitate to try and find rares near the floors, or mid rares near the floors, but treat them as floors. I don't think we're at that crazy and chaos where, back in the day, individuals could just sit there and trade one collection and do very well for themselves just by trading
Mhm.
desirable traits and trading rarity, etc., and making moves like that. I don't think we're quite there yet.
You think that's going to come back though? Like that kind of style will be profitable soon?
Yeah, I do believe so. Right.
Cool.
As people are pushing back into the NFTs, they're going to want the better versions of the collection to show off, to flex, to PFP, etc. Right. So yeah, this $6 million wallet started accumulating apes, and that really kind of kicked off a bit of a run on apes and mutants, and then NFTs in general. Because when apes are doing well and when apes are performing well, that's where everything else does as well. No matter what pudgies are out there doing, no matter what music video Doodles is dropping through the McDonald's Twitter account, those aren't the things that move the needle for the NFT space. It's apes doing well. Most of the individuals in the space, um, are somewhat adjacent, related to apes, and I think
Yeah.
it's just that's the general success and vibe. So seeing them kind of rally here and move up 30%, get to 15, is really strong. You're probably going to see a bit of a pullback, although once things get kind of gaining momentum, we're seeing more of these moves on them. It's going to happen more and more frequent. But yeah, really excellent to see. Of course, volumes really strong here after, we've seen this peak volume. It died off, back up here on the volumes. Again, really good to see.
Real
Nothing
quickly,
on the
what's
buyer
cool to
sell.
see too is like along with this move up, you're starting to see the guy Lior.eth, that guy.
Mhm.
What is he like what, I don't know, I forgot his role.
He
But
he was the Mega Mutant, right?
yeah, he's wait, I think has a role, he like works with is that Lior Cohen or what the yeah, right? That's
Does he
the
have a
guy
role now?
I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing with someone else, but either way, he's like I assume he has a role with them, but he just bold posting too, just saying that a bunch of good stuff as well. But somebody was speculating. I've seen people speculate if they were to do like some type of airdrop or something
Mhm.
reminiscent of
Yeah.
like what they did in the past. For me, the reason why I spent like 100K on NFTs this last month. A lot of them, a few Yuga assets, is because for me it's an operator play. The reason why I bought a lot of VFriends the same way as well is like, yeah, maybe like you guys have said, like the vibes have been kind of crappy. Maybe they haven't been coming up with as many developments as people might want or many as announcements. But for me, it's like I've seen like if somebody's an operator, a good operator, they're shown that they can build hype and partnerships and stuff like that. I don't think you ever want to count them out. And I do
Mhm.
think people are Yuga smarter than people give them credit for, and probably have people in their ear, smart people that like this is what smart people do. This is what Gary Vee's doing. When the market's quiet, you don't get loud and start hyping up and whatever.
Yeah.
You just put your head down and you build, right? And then really, what we'll see over the next year or two is was Yuga like building? Are they building something cool with the other side, and they have another upswing and they get even stronger than they were before, or maybe the game isn't as good, and then that's really where we'll value everything or
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
Um, Same kind of thing with VFriends. I think this next few years going to be very telling, and it's just all about what they produce over the last few years in over a 5-year period. Not so much, not judging so much on what happened in the bear market. So
Yeah, 100%. And you're right. And there are some strong operators in the NFT space that are out there building partnerships and collabs. And as this momentum has building in the NFT space, these announcements and pacing is going to start happening, right?
yeah,
And an announcement hasn't recently kicked off major moves on NFT floor prices. Lately, any announcement doesn't move it that much, but in the past, during the craze, during the FOMO days of NFTs, any little announcement could just pump a price pretty substantially. So
yeah.
those
Same
type
kind
of
of thing
events
with
will
meme
start to
coins. It's
happen.
like Elon Musk tweets don't do much during like the meme coin bear market, but
Hmm.
now if you were to tweet, he hasn't really done any Doge tweets, hasn't had to with the whole Doge agency thing, but I think his next tweet will just go absolutely crazy. You made a great point. It's so much about conditions a lot of the times, and that goes along with my point with Yuga. It's like Yuga could come out with all this like minus some another crazy airdrop. They could make all these announcements every week. It's not going to pump price if overall NFT conditions are shit and
Hmm.
demand and all that shit is shit. It's
Yeah.
very has a lot to do with conditions in every market.
Yeah, and you see this just long range here of 4 or 5 months of just consolidation down at the bottom here, and now we're starting to pick up, and things are going well. Buyer to seller ratio still remains below 1, but it is kind of creeping back up towards 1. That's our bull market on indicator. We'll continue to watch it. It's right there, and I'm sure that we look at some of the stronger collections, etc. It is probably in the positive there. Like I mentioned previously, I got to figure out how to do the same chart for just blue chips, and then I think that's going to be a very telling indicator. Buyers, sellers, etc. That kind of remains consistent. No overall spikes, other than earlier in November, but a nice rally here on floor price, back to where we were at level wise. You know, Early June, for overall floor price on the index. USD value going to be moving to exceed that. So overall, really good. When you look at apes, they were down to 8 ETH at like what $2,000 Ethereum. They went from 16, 20K up to 50K in a fairly short period of time there. So a pretty good move for them. Of course, when we're in the meme space, these kind of moves don't seem quite as substantial. But as kind of memes find their kind of spot, NFTs will either be a spot to part profit or to find even more outsized gains. Leading the way, parallel avatars, mutants, bored apes over the last 7 days. And then on the last 30 days, little pudgies, doodles, leading the way. So overall, NFT are looking strong and healthy. Some green here today, not the crazy amount that we've seen yesterday, but overall, pretty promising for NFTs. Again, I would look for a bit of a retracement. I wouldn't jump right in there right now. Does ETH get a little bit cheaper? Does NFTs get a little bit pulled back? But as I say that, this momentum is going to continue to build, and it's going to be harder to time pullbacks, etc. With NFTs. So, if you have a collection that you have interest in, if there's a PFP that you're eyeing up or anything like that, sooner than later is when you're going to want to be moving in on this, because they will continue to run and move. I'm going to say that most of it's going to be towards the higher end, overall, as those are the collections that have shown the ability to stand, and as Gary said, 90, 95, 98% of them are going to go to zero. Well, they're not going to go to zero completely, but it's going to be the 5% of the collections that are the ones that can make it out of NFTs into something more mainstream and really appreciate.
Absolutely. And I'm in complete agreement with that. I do think we're probably going to get like a kind of second round NFT bull market in general because of crypto, like the tailwinds of crypto, that are just going to be extremely strong, with people just up so much in general, that I think we're going to get a nostalgic pumps in a lot of these older names, and kind of be like the 2017, 2018, 2016, 2017 version of like crypto, like the equivalent of NFTs, equivalent of the 2017 2018 crypto bull run, 2016 2017, whatever it was, where a lot of stuff is going to get nostalgic runs. Most of it will go back to zero by the end of there's going to be kind of cyclical, but like you said, I think this is going to establish a lot of these names kind of maybe forever, where a lot of them are come down, but a lot of the established names are going to come up if apes and stuff can, Bored Ape Yacht Club can deliver, and bigger stuff, VeeFriends, different stuff like that. But yeah, I think there's going to be an NFT run in general. A lot of the nostalgic stuff for me. I do think the most money, especially if you don't have a lot of money to buy an ape, a punk, any of that stuff, is in the meme coin NFTs. I know we've been saying that, but most people are not realizing this yet, guys, that like the meme coins, we've already seen it with zero born and zero bro. I'll share my screen here in a second. What are you looking at that chart on, by the way?
This is the ape chart, just
That's
showing
on Magic Eden.
Yeah, just the little bit of that they've moved here, and how much more they can move. I think 20 ETH is the next kind of key level for them, break above that. But as early or as recent as January 23, they were 75 ETH.
Do you think there's any
there's-
shot,
there's a-
or how about this? What do you think what Yuga Labs would have to, or not even just Yuga Labs, but maybe with the NFT market in general, plus what would Yuga have to do to get apes back to all-time highs, even with ETH at like $10,000?
Other side needs to be a smash, or the celebrity game needs to kind of drive up again. I
Okay.
think those are the two that really kind of do it. There's the clubhouse narrative as well, but I don't know if that moves it to the same extent. But if other side drops and it becomes this like hit game, then I think it really kind of pushes things.
So you're saying my other side land would then be worth 6 figures each, then, correct?
I don't
Each of them? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know
Understood.
how it really that the mechanics of that and how that all plays out will be interesting to see, and how they can kind of monetize the value of the land. But I'm just like thinking about the if you think of something like GTA and their what do they call it, the role playing, right? If they
Yeah.
get kind of that kind of degree of interest into the other side, then you've got a lot there.
Absolutely.
And it sounds crazy to say other side is what's going to carry apes all the way back up, because it's been so long. But that's really their main bet, right? So I'd be curious to see how that goes. Otherwise, it's just a steady climb up, right? And based on NFTs moving and our KOLs and influencers kind of driving the interest and value in apes through identity, etc.
Absolutely. Would you think that if, say, other side comes out, it's underwhelming, you still think there's apes could just keep going up regardless? Or do you think that's a risk where like it kind of has to be, something people use? Or do you think it's like an execution risk type thing still?
There is less margin for them, given how much the vibes were down.
Yeah.
So if other side flops, that's going to be hard towards the floor space, our floor price, and towards general NFTs as well, right? Like I said, apes doing well drives the whole market. Apes not doing well, there's a lot more risk in the market. So if you don't own apes, if you don't like apes, you still want to be cheering for apes,
Absolutely.
because they really are the heartbeat and pulse of the bull market of last cycle. And until something kind of takes over, they need to continue to be that pulse for this cycle.
Absolutely. And I love that we're getting into this now that NFTs are heating up more. Definitely interesting stuff. What was I going to say? I was going to ask one more thing about apes, I think, but it'll come to me. Either way, I do think before we move off, we'll just probably go 5-10 more minutes about NFTs. But before we move on, I do think, again, definitely a lot of upside in apes, punks, all that stuff. Like the charts, the fact that apes, punks, pudgies, all of them have been consolidating for 6 months, just that alone gives it, at least chart wise, distribution wise, room to run up a lot. If we get the like I said, the tailwinds of like the NFT market heating up in general, with some stuff with the other side, kind of just like a perfect storm of all these things together, I would not be surprised if we do see like Bored Apes at least go like all-time highs, at least in USD, right? But with we'll go off here in a second. I'll pull up my screen in a second. But Zeroborn, perfect example of what I was saying a second ago, kind of the case study for what's going to be this huge NFT, meme coin NFT like push that's going to come along here. A lot of people aren't realizing this. Zeroborn, as you can see, if you zoom out a little bit, I think at 0.9, where they kind of like first came out, I think they came out at 0.10, but 0.9 is where they kind of bottomed out at the very beginning, the very left there on like the 12th. If you would have bought it there, I think the coin is at around 100 million. And then for a time there, the coin was way out. I'm sorry, the NFT was way outperforming the coin itself for a little bit there. I think it went like 7x while the coin only went 2 or 3x. My point in saying this here is there's going to be a huge meta here where a lot of these meme coin NFTs are not only going to be like a huge kind of beta play or like a huge leverage play on these meme coins, but they pretty much go up with the meme coin. As you can see, a lot of these times you'll see if you match up the Zero Bro dips with the Zero Born dips, they match up almost perfectly. So right now, and this is probably going to be arbed pretty quickly as people realize this. There's not going to be as big of pullbacks, but right now, if you see a meme coin, this is what I've been doing. For example, for Zero Bro, whenever I see the meme coin pulling back, it's a great time to add to the NFT. Again, this doesn't work with everything, but like if it's a very strong project like this, because a lot of, especially if you're flipping, those are usually great entries. As you can see, very impulsive moves after that once the coin starts moving up. But in general, guys, just picking up a lot of these meme coin NFTs in established projects that have maybe been around for a month or two, but haven't been getting any meme or NFT shine. Like obviously Sprotos, Aeon, stuff like that. Murad's been kind of talking about that, so that's why they're kind of priced in at like 2 ETH right now. They're worth like almost 10K, or 7K. But stuff like, I'll share my screen right now if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
You want to pull up pawns as well?
Yeah, of course, we'll go over that. But yeah, so let's just go over my NFT portfolio. I think last time we looked, it was at like 87 last week, so up 10K. Haven't made any changes yet, except I did have a mutant. This guy right here where is that shit?
Good play on that one, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Like this one, I don't know why I picked it up. But yeah, ugly as shit. I picked this up at like 2.1. I think it was on the floor, like right below or right above it. But picked that up at like 2.1. The floor moved up to like 2.2 or 2.3 or like the best offer or whatever. So I sold it to that 0.10 profit and then spent like 0.1, 0.2 more for this guy's way cleaner.
That guy's really nice, actually.
Thank you.
Like
I love
that
it.
one. The aesthetics on that one is very well done. I consider that like a almost a mid, even though that it's not. It's just like that's super clean. That will always sell.
Hell yeah.
If you need to move it, right? And, that's the kind of idea that you want on that. You pay almost floor, but you have the aesthetics to be able to liquidate that
Absolutely
near floor versus trying to sell a crap one that is harder to let go of.
Hell yeah. But yeah, it was like went in the Discord for the first time. The Bored Ape Yacht Club one. It seems like you were saying like the vibes are definitely a lot higher now in there. I don't know how they were a few months ago, obviously, but yeah. I don't think I made any changes on anything else. Again, I have a few Yuga assets, like I was saying, the Coda. What were they saying when it first came out that the Coda was supposed to be like doing in the other side? Like, wasn't it supposed to be like some big part of it? Hence why it was like so expensive.
They've never been super clear on it. And it's always just been a bunch of speculation.
Well, hopefully it is something huge and they're just underhyping it. But yeah, haven't really done anything. My point is the meme coin NFTs right now. There's ones that people are looking at, like the Sprotos, which I still think are insanely undervalued. Aeons, and I think Sprotos are going to go to 10 ETH, and Aeons, I don't know, but way higher from here. Aeons are valued a little lower because I think they are a 10K project, whereas Sprotos 3,333. So yeah, I do think stuff like that's undervalued. But if you go kind of deeper, Apu's, this is one I think I have like 15 of. Stuff like this where still sitting very low. Kind of we're sniped heavily at the beginning by bots. I think got hundreds of them, or I don't know how many, but they've been selling. Obviously, that's why the floor has been so thick, and kind of why it's been trending down. But I do think there's going to come a point here once people catch on to this meme coin NFT stuff. Apu's are on Murad's top 10 meme coin or top 10 NFT list as well. I think these are going to catch a bid. I'm not great at pricing NFTs in general. I don't know if anybody is with the meme coin stuff yet, but I could see these at an ETH or something once stuff really do pick up. It's a 7,000. It's not even a 10K project. It's a 7,000 project. Again, I do think the meme coin NFT narrative in general is going to catch a huge speculative wave. And not only that, but they're going to be very symbiotic with the NFT project or the meme coin project itself. It gives people a way to show, rep the coin or show allegiance, whatever, to the coin through their PFP. I think honestly, like in meme coins in general, one of my strongest bullish things I get bullish on, if the meme coin people are repping it in their PFP, like the Mishis, the Mogs, the dog with hat. If you can kind of signify that in your PFP, that's a and people are doing that, that's a strong sign. So the fact that there's going to be official NFTs with these projects, I think are just going to be extremely a home run for both the project itself, the ones that do it right, and people who are speculating on both. So if you do have a little bit of money to throw around, even if it's a few $1,000s extra, I would think about getting maybe some Apus. I think right now Luces, which is the Lucy official project. I do believe this is official, guys. I haven't looked into this one specifically. I assume that is like an actually official to the project. You want to make sure that as well. But something like this at 0.42. The coin itself is correcting. I do think there's a bit of a community around this as well. Something like this, you could probably might get like a nice 10x off of this if it goes back to all-time highs, even just in USD. Another one is Yakub's. This is a funny coin in general that I think is going to actually, it's only at 5 million, 4 million right now. I think this could be like a 100 mil, like a sleeper $100 million coin, just because of how funny it is in the content. But stuff like this, somewhat established meme coin project already with people, and then these are at like 0.64, 6.65. Even just picking up 5 of these, if you have a few soul throwing or to throw around, might be a good decision. But yeah, either way, I'd keep an eye on the meme coin NFTs right now with the apes and the punks and everything moving up. That probably does steal the show for a while. But once, which we're going to go over in a second, once a lot of these established meme coins that have an NFT start to go up here, the NFTs are going to follow in a huge way, I think. So definitely keep an eye on that. Do you have anything to add, Rhodes, as far as the meme coin NFTs?
No, I think you've been on it from the get go. With the meme NFTs, I think they are still such a perfect marriage of the two, and with that, there's just I think the representation you get from being part of the community with the NFT along with the coin, it just kind of enhances both the meme and the NFT and the cult kind of side of things. So there's a lot at play there. You if you're speculating on a meme coin, the NFT itself is a degree further along the risk curve. But if that meme coin establishes and it becomes a I like to say 500 million plus kind of meme coin, then you're looking at a NFT that should appreciate well and longevity in it too as well.
Absolutely. Let me see here. Anything else? But yeah, look out for the meme coin NFTs. A lot of them are extremely low prices. But let's move on to meme coins. Thanks. Do you have anything to add, or should we move on to memes?
Flog or the pond.
Oh yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I had a 150 soul bid on this one right here. And nothing has moved with this project in a few weeks. Not even 50 minutes ago sold that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I didn't see that. 200 soul. What do you think about this, Rhodes?
I think that could be a pretty good deal. I mean, that's one of the better ones in the collection.
Yeah, it's clean.
So that's interesting. I mean, again, I just, like I just said, 500,000 or 500 million on the meme token side of things, I think is still a key threshold. And FWOG itself as a meme needs to continue to establish and be able to push above that for full kind of conviction and risk taking into the pond. But small collection size, still ripe for offers. There could be a lack of patience for some of the holders. It's always tough when the floor isn't something you're after. And I always play that out to a lot of NFT collections that a lack of QA, a lack of removing poor aesthetics from a collection is so vital, and most NFT collections don't do it. Not saying that the Rizzler is like terrible when it comes to the collection. It's just it's unfortunate that that's the one that's kind of hovering near the floor, because it puts a a bit of challenge there, because you look at it's 161, next one's 210, right? So they're, most of them are holding at 210 or 200 plus. These are all whales in their own right that are holding these NFTs, and so they're not as antsy to make a sale and say, hey, I want to flip one of these for an ape or whatever the case may be. Like they're locked into FWOG, and they're
Now, are
locked
are these
into
for sure
the pod.
whales? Or are they just people that like he picked that are just like strong part of the community? I assume most of them
I
are
would
whales.
I would assume most are whales, not just anyone from the community was able to kind of get one. I think that assumption is safe given the fact of the lack of
Sales.
floor price drawdown and sales on these.
Mhm.
Because if someone just in general got this as a potential 50, 60K airdrop, like it's hard not to chase that.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I would still like to see this draw down to about that 150 range, see a couple sales, and then see the price appreciate with FWOG to jump in on it. But like, the PFPs themselves are phenomenal. Small collection. If you see FWOG at a billion plus, these become just absolute, gems to own. So
Oh yeah, definitely keep an eye on it. I'd still love to own one. I just think the 30K that I put in there, whatever, was probably well spent on the other ones, but definitely keep an eye on this. I would love this one for sure. If somebody, yeah, I should probably. What's the lowest offer on here? 20 or highest offer? 20.
20 might be a little bit different on Tensor.
Yeah. Have you guys used the Tensor app yet?
No, I've been just going to on my phone. I use Safari for both pages, and then just the web. The apps themselves sometimes can be limiting, all that kind of stuff. So that
Is
whole
it the same kind of
experience,
thing? You had to have like an invite code and stuff. I haven't even used it yet, or try to use it.
I don't know. I wasn't aware. I haven't tried to use it.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually downloaded OpenSea app yesterday just to check it out to see how it was for viewing, because I'm not always by my laptop to check NFT floor prices, and with them kind of cruising right now, I want to be able to check them more frequently. So I was like, hey, maybe I'll take a look at OpenSea. Maybe they've got a good way of looking. No, I think it's the percentage changes on volume or something like that. So it's still much better to look at it on mobile, on Magic Eden, to look at collections, etc. So I've been pretty locked in on Magic Eden as to the way to browse floor prices, charts, all that kind of stuff. It's really well done.
Yeah, I agree.
Tensor's good in its own right, but it's only Sol. It doesn't have ETH and ordinals. So, but the top offer over there, it looks like what, 42 maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm seeing Tensor a lot now, like with the meme coin side as well. It seems pretty cool what they're doing. It's kind of like a more social media vibe, kind of a Twitter vibe, where I was saying that as well, like about Moonshot and especially Moonshot, but Slingshot kind of has a little bit of that. Where like, if they could be a kind of a more of a profile thing where you could see like top traders and kind of be like a more interactive thing, I think that'd be great. And I think Tensor, I don't know if Tensor is like you can onboard via Apple Pay and stuff like the other two, but if so, I think Tensor might have the shot at becoming like maybe one of the top one. I think right now it has more like crypto native vibes versus like Moonshot just kind of seems, I don't know, more normie friendly, but that might be good. But I think if somebody could do a mix of like crypto native stuff like Tensor is, and then as well as it's super normie friendly, I think that's the one that's probably going to win. So definitely keep an eye on Tensor. I don't know if anybody else that's listening right now has used it, but they're automatically getting with good people like Cyrus and stuff as well to kind of run the whatever they're doing with it. So definitely, let's see, we should probably move on to memes right now as well. Anything else with the NFTs before we move on?
Actually, interestingly enough, DGods
Okay.
is one to take a look at in terms of price action. So Danksy, there's some capitulation happening from the DGods team, allowing swaps of DGod for DGods, etc. So that's been re-enabled. So some of the feedback from the Free Lunch Capital, or their mega whale, is starting to play in there. So it's really quite interesting for them. So they've kind of hybrided back to NFT slash meme. Again, I think that one of the bigger fumbles overall, just what they did, considering I think they were in a pretty good spot overall to be a good meme NFT if they had the right meme to pair with the collection versus just like full on moving the collection to a meme and then having NFTs kind of they've made a mess of it. But the capitulations happen, so I'll be curious to see how that works for DeGods and Utes. Best art in the space, arguably, anyways. And so it's a shame that they're
that's what I was gonna
where they're
say.
at.
Like the Utes are cool. I haven't really looked too much into like deep into the collection, but D-Gods for me have always been like one of the most aesthetic ones,
right.
for sure. Even these floor ones, like a lot of them look really sick.
They're
Like
super
this
sick.
guy with the glasses,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. A lot of them are super clean. And I mean, obviously, none of us are like crazy NFT operators. We're kind of just looking from the outside. But like, what do you think would need to be done with DeGods, like to even like get it back to anywhere near floor price where it was?
I think Frank needs to get out.
Interesting.
As much as he's like a hype man and all that kind of stuff, I just think he's just done so much that hasn't, like he's in two places at once all the time, right? He's out there trading meme coins all day long and living in the meme space and trying to make money there. He's well connected in the space, but he's not focused and like doing what he should be doing for DeGods. He's just like, we're gonna fuck shit up and do shit and see how it happens and see what sticks, and just so casual about it. And like, it's not it. Like, build a community around DeGods and Utes and find out what the community wants and have someone that can operate the collection without him. And I think that's when they start to appreciate.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I think, hopefully we get such a, NFT run in general that, they're able to turn it around. Like I said, the art, art is great. And obviously, Frank, say what you want about him. I do think he has a lot of charisma and, whatever. And that's what's kept
100%.
him, whatever. So, hopefully maybe they're able to turn it around. But I think, most Solana NFTs are down so bad. Anyway, I mean, fuck. What are, besides Zero Born, before we move on, is there anything on Solana that, what is it that SMB is kind of the biggest one on Solana, huh? That and Mad Lads and stuff. But yeah, let's get your closing thoughts on this, and we need to move on to meme coins for sure.
No, that's about it. SMBs, they've kind of had a bit of a move. They're kind of like to be like the almost like the punks of Solana, I guess, is kind of the angle there. Just a kind of diehard original community on Solana. But, not necessarily something that I would be looking at or chasing in terms of my personal preference anyways.
Right on. All right, let's go on to move on to meme coins. I'm not looking at the chat. I did see a couple requests for a couple coins we'll definitely hit. If you guys have any more, definitely drop them in the comments. If there's too much, we obviously can't hit everything. But yeah, I know this is the reason a lot of you get the moment you guys been waiting for, a lot of you. So meme coins, right now, I do think, like we were talking at the beginning of the show, AI meme coins have kind of where a lot of the rotations have gone after in September and October. A lot of these older like cult or strong community coins moved up. We're seeing a lot of strong corrections in the Gigas, SPX. Mogs held pretty strong with a lot of buy pressure, but Giga, SPX, Lock In, all of those that ran really heavy in September, October are seeing nice corrections. So that's where I have been trading Zero Bro. Originally posted it in the channel around 100 mil. So this has been a great trade. I still think Zero Bro is going to go to the multiple billions. They just dropped another EP on Apple Music. Definitely go check that out. It's pretty crazy. They have the first EP they did was like 3 or 4 songs, kind of more like dark, like hip hop vibes, like kind of a couple songs sounded like Juice World or something like that. But like this one, a few more of those songs, but also there's a Spanish song in all Spanish. There's a K-pop song. Just like super cool stuff they're doing with the AI music. The reason why I'm so bullish on Zero Bro, besides these corrective chart patterns just being so beautiful, from the first one I entered in at 100 million, around 70 million, whatever this was, is that like any crypto project we were talking about with Yuga, all this stuff, it's an operator. It's all about the operator at the end of the day. Long term, when you're talking about long term anything, whether it's a meme coin, NFT, AI coin especially, is that the operators behind it, are they good at shipping stuff? Are they good at building hype? Are they good at connections, partnerships, all that? This guy, Jeffy Yu, he's the dev of Zero Bro. He is the epitome of that. He's like, since down here when I bought, at least, he's been dropping, like I said, 2 EPs. They're trained him to play chess. They're going to live stream it. Just all this cool stuff that he continues to ship. We're already seeing. I saw Russ, the rapper, talk about Zero Bro, the song, like one of the songs the other day. I think Zero Bro has the best shot at going viral in the mainstream, which I think will have a lot of mind share at the coin, and very possibly we'll see Zero Bro as the top AI agent in market cap pretty soon. So I do think Zero Bros one to pay attention to as well. Still a very good entry here, especially if it comes down one more time. I think this is another typical correction, kind of the biggest one we've seen yet. But definitely, I think Zero Bro is going to keep going higher. As well as the NFTs, like we were talking about. And then, like I said, guys, right now, I think the AI stuff's going to go up, keep going up probably. But we're about to enter kind of that period where a lot of stuff are going to start to go up together. But if you're looking to deploy some capital, where I've been buying the most, and I still think where the best value and like the best entries are in those coins like Giga that are very established, have great supply distributions, very strong cult-handed, diamond-handed communities, but are also in nice corrections, kind of underhyped and even fudded very heavily, the last few weeks for various reasons. That is usually a great time to get an entry in general when it's in confluence with all this other stuff. So stuff like Giga, for example, I think this is not only going to smash $1 billion, but it's going to go to the multiple billions, the 2 to 3 to 5 billion so quickly because of those dynamics, like I talked about before, the cult-like dynamics, the diamond handing dynamics, where there is people holding for those 10, 15, 20 billion, market caps. They have the supply distribution. Something like Giga to me is just the meme itself is one of the most famous meme coins from all ages. And then Giga Chad, just kind of, it's like a movement coin, inspires a lot of people who are into fitness for sure. I've already seen it. They have a fitness brand. A lot of people who value masculinity and stuff like that. I think it has checks all those boxes to where I think we're not going to see Giga Chad just kind of chill and stall out at $1 billion. I think this is going to go to 2 to 3 billion very quickly, possibly even to 5 if the whole market just continues to gain strength. So I think the real value, again, risk to reward wise, pretty much in all ways, is in the Giga, the SPX. And again, it's not about Murad. It's not about who's behind the thesis or anything. It's about the coins themselves having these dynamics that have shown historically to produce, those insanely high market caps. So SPX, Giga, lock in, probably the biggest value one, like undervalued one, as far as the market cap wise. This is like 10% of those other two, but I still think has up there potential wise. Lock in is something people of all ages say, especially young people nowadays. You heard it Rote say it just a second ago. He's super locked into to Magic Eden. But yeah, great corrective chart pattern as well. Lock in, I've been adding heavily to. I think not only this is not going to go straight to 100, it's going to go probably to $1 billion or 500 million very, very quickly. Again, as well as I saw somebody tweet the other day about, how he went on TikTok and he's trying to, find the coin that makes the most sense. And he said lock in makes the most sense to him because he's on, 10 or 15 different videos or whatever. He heard someone say lock in. And stuff like that. So I think it has another one of those coins that kind of checks so many different boxes with the TikTok stuff. It's something that everybody says. It has nice distribution, been around for 6 months. All these boxes, called it in the channel around at 10 million, gave us like a month to to accumulate. These are the best trades. These are the ones that are the most sustainable, is when they have these big accumulation ranges. A lot of times it's really easy to stop paying attention to them, but when they do rip, they go crazy. So yeah, I do think, I don't know why this went to 1.2 million, but yeah, I do think lock in, another no brainer. Mog's already going crazy, already kind of up, down a tiny bit, I think, but SPX Giga Mog, lock in, and ticker Bitcoin as well. All of these are in great positions to where I think they're going to, especially this, I think they're going to 5 to probably 10x pretty quickly early in 2025. So, and then from there, again, they have the most, not only the most short to midterm potential, but the most long-term potential to actually, for these coins to actually sustainably hit the 10 billion, 15, 20 billion mark. So yeah, these are where most of my money's at right now. I would definitely focus on the AI stuff as well, especially if a lot of the attention starts to go into this kind of stuff as these coins start to go up. Definitely don't take your eye off the Zero Bro, the goats, the bully, I guess. To me, bully, I do have a position in it. The tweets and stuff, I think definitely could be, definitely aren't as good as something like Zero Bro and stuff like that. Definitely don't mean to FUD it, but I do think this could probably go to, billion mark as well. I think there's more upside in stuff like goat and Zero Bro from here personally. But and then another one, probably a low cap one that is getting hit kind of hard the last few days that you might want to keep an eye on. Oh, it's actually up today. Is Radio AI. This is one new AI one that just dropped recently. They're doing radio things where, like, the AI has it's like simulating a radio thing where they talk about certain people on Twitter and stuff like that. Super brand new. I think they can definitely can improve on a lot of stuff, but I could see this concept blowing up. So this is its first major correction. I've been accumulating a little bit of this. So definitely keep an eye on this. If this does form a nice little base here, I could see this running back to all-time highs and maybe a lot higher. We saw Bully actually do something similar where it ran up and then corrected all the way down to like 45K or something down here. No, down all the way down here, maybe. Okay, that was obviously before here, but somebody was showing that. Yeah, it was probably like right here. It corrected all the way down to like 45, 100K, whatever this is, and then just went crazy. So I could see something like that. Keep an eye on Radio AI. But really, guys, I just wouldn't overcomplicate it. If you're looking for places to deploy capital, I think not only like the surest fire bets, but like the ones with the most upside, I think are these cult communities that not only have been correcting and have the most short to midterm potential, but have the most potential that late 2025, when we're in the summer of 2025, when everybody's trading crypto, to really sustain those market caps without somebody being able to dump 2% of the supply on your head, for example. So yeah, let me go and look. Somebody suggested Santa in the comments. A lot of these Christmas one, guys, there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. A lot of ones ripe for scams and stuff like that. And usually where there's super obvious narratives like Christmas, like it's really easy there's not a lot of alpha in it. A lot of people are looking at the same narratives, right? So it's very rarely that, especially this late, already in December, that you're going to see really sustainable stuff. I know Rismus went crazy. There's a lot of controversy around that, but this one specifically, I assume this is the Santa you're talking about. Had an initial run. It's tough to say. I don't know anything else about this coin, the supply distribution and all that. You could argue that this is its first major correction right here. What I'd like to see something like this do is consolidate for maybe a week or so, kind of form a nice little base, nice little distribution. And then at that point, if it moves up from there, probably back to like probably let's call it 2 million. At that point, very, very high chance that it continues up. And then maybe it does move up into Christmas. But something like this, if you're in it around here, for example, I'd take profits pretty early on, like way earlier. There's going to be people trying to front run it. Definitely wouldn't hold this like until like December, Christmas Eve or nothing like that. But yeah, take profits on the way up here if it does go up. And then I think there was one more. While I'm looking that up, Danksy, or Rotes, any meme coin stuff you've been looking at this week, or just anything in general?
Uh,
Or you just been sticking to Doge?
I haven't been trading at all. Actually, I've just been sticking to Doge.
You just been
Honestly,
sick, huh?
it's super, super relaxing for me.
That's good. Sometimes it's good, especially I feel like since that peanut shit with like Binance a few weeks ago, a lot of stuff's been calm in general besides the AI stuff. Kind of Bitcoin's been stealing the show. So definitely not a terrible thing to take a break for a little bit.
What do you think about Chill Guy and this pullback?
Yeah, great question.
I got you. Teeing you up.
Hell yeah, tee me up, brother. So Chill Guy. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up actually, because this does look to be a pretty solid correction. The biggest giveaway again for these corrections, guys, is when you see these big coins that went on a big run come down out of nowhere, meaning it didn't consolidate and kind of distribute a little bit before. That's a very good sign that you're looking at a correction. Now, that doesn't mean go max long it right away, because as you can see, these corrections can be very deep, but very corrective in nature. To me, very choppy, multiple bounces, kind of forming these like channel-like structures that I like. I do think it's come down only like 30% too in a couple days. I wouldn't be surprised if this looks to be just coiling up probably before another run, guys. This may be a good entry. I definitely would not be selling here. I might pick up some more here. Who knows? Maybe this one sees escape velocity and goes to 2, 3, 4, 5 billion. I do think, the one with Rismus, I don't know if that was real normies, but it does seem there actually is like a appeal to this, not just in crypto Twitter, but amongst new people coming in. I still see people posting the Chill Guy meme everywhere. So looks to be coiling up. And I do think very likely in the next few weeks moves higher. I don't know if there's any more. If you guys have any more chart requests, definitely try to have it like nothing like super low cap. But happy to look at anything you guys want us to look at.
What are your thoughts on virtuals, AI virtuals on base?
So virtual protocol.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me look at the chart. Now, what is this exactly?
Heating up now, I feel
Can you what's the like simple breakdown of what the protocol is exactly? I know you were breaking it down before I came.
Yeah, it's AI agents on base that have now kind of gained momentum on the base chain. Virtual protocol. I think there is some degree of the virtual coin required for creating and building and with these agents, and that's kind of like almost like a multiplier for the agents themselves. But yeah, I haven't done a deep dive on virtuals. I know there is some good ones done by the Modern Market Group, so I'll be researching into them. But yeah, just kind of curious. I just first learned about them yesterday, so.
Wow. Yeah, this looks nice. Like this, I wish I would have seen this back in October because it's just beautiful consolidation. Like this is exactly what you want to see. Great sign that it moved up, but then after that formed this base for like almost a month. This is exactly what you want to be seeing. Say that you see something like virtuals that like you really like the technology, like you think this is really going to catch on. If it starts consolidating like this, bounces, holds this low multiple times, like that's a great sign that it's very likely going to bottom out. So definitely would have been a great buy in November, and even here back like 4 days ago, at 600 million. Why is it saying a billion? Is this data just off? Like you see how it says 600 right here?
Yeah. No, I think there's something up with Dex Screener in that respect.
Is it 1.3 or is it 6?
It's 1.
The real one, do you know?
My understanding is 1.3 billion.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Even that, I have to look more into it, but just even anything in the AI agent space, I assume there's some serious backing here from VCs or like someone big, maybe even like Base themselves or something if it's already at a 1.3 bill. But definitely probably something to keep an eye on. Chart wise, I don't see any sign of this stopping right now. Of course, like I said, corrections can start out of nowhere. So maybe if you were to buy here, definitely expect you may get some drawdown, obviously. But if this one continues to form these nice corrections along the way, probably is going to keep going up. definitely something to keep an eye on. And I'm seeing just a resurgence of base in general. And I do think they're going to get a lot more TVL, which gives credence to like a big meme coin run and other coins running in general on base because of that. So very interesting. Yeah, this chart looks insanely bullish. I wish I would have seen this in November, man. That's crazy. Or in October.
I know there's a few people out there that have been on this for about the last month, and their tweets are kind of surfacing up and
That's
being like,
crazy.
"Hey, you should be buying.
Crazy
You should be
run
putting a
that-
percent. You could buy a percent really cheap right now on all these AI virtual agents, et cetera, et cetera." And it's just like, like that's the kind of stuff that you hope to surface early, especially on a whole brand new AI narrative kind of creeping up. So it sucks that it's done that much, but I think you can't ignore it because it's another segment of the AI space that has been so successful in Solana. So
absolutely.
I feel like
Yeah,
base is less cheaters than Sol.
yeah, right.
Yeah, there's just
ETH
more
is, like,
serious
so
people on it, I think, right now. And serious, I mean like more long term, like holders of stuff, and like the more speculative, like quick trading, day trading people are more on Solana still. I feel like, but I think that could change because there's a lot of the same dynamics on Solana as base, pretty much as far as like the gas fees. I think it's just a lot of people are going to get on base for other reasons, for other stuff they're doing possibly, and then that TVL will create a meme coin run. I think. What do you guys think?
I mean, base is this like sleeping giant, right? Like it's supposed to be, crushing it, and it has these moments where it gets a lot of attention and use and activity. It's like it's the base makes Ethereum what Ethereum should be kind of idea, right? And so base layer it's kind of natural for it to fit. And if Ethereum's doing well and all that kind of stuff just fits in so well that something's gonna really work for Ethereum and base is the natural part of it, right? So we've got to find out when that kind of kicks off. But Solana and its dominance for meme coins is going to still remain sticky, just like NFT trading platforms are, right? So it may take time still for any kind of major shift, but it's good to see that activity and that there's more going on there than just Brett. All right.
Absolutely. Why does it say yeah, I wouldn't be surprised too to see if Coinbase lists a couple of the base meme coins that very well could. Sorry, I was reading something. Very well could actually. I was thinking about this yesterday. The Coinbase, if they listed like Brett and a few others, that could be what ignites like a huge kind of Coinbase or a base meme coin season, right? At least for a few weeks.
Yeah, because they haven't really done the listings yet, right? So that's the part that I'm surprised, but timing is everything sometimes too, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Another thing too, guys, I think meme coins, not really meme coins, but another niche that definitely keep an eye on is crypto gaming right now. Off the Grid was kind of the first big crypto game. You gotta obviously they paid a lot of streamers to play it, but you hear people like Shroud and a lot of these big gamers like really talking about how the concept of crypto gaming and doing transactions on chain and doing everything like that is really just a better way of technology. It's really the next technology shift, and it just makes more sense. The technology alone. So I do think from what I understand, I am in Neo Tokyo. Alex posted something in there today, like in for the whole community, not even an internal thing, to say that like he does think the crypto gaming space is on the press, like on the brink of blowing up. That's probably next up with after this AI stuff with meme or gaming and then NFTs, probably like first half of 2025. And there was Off the Grid was the first one. From what my understanding, there's about 25 games similar to like Off the Grid with that much couple years of development, a bunch of money behind it. Quote unquote, like bigger studios, at least more competent studios. Not like kind of how we saw with in 2021 where people would just make quick flash games or whatever. Whereas if one of those games blows up, it should create like blows up where people love playing it because it's a fun game. Then it'll create a massive speculative wave for crypto gaming in general. off the back of just a crazy crypto run as well. So definitely keep an eye on that. For me, there's not a lot of good gaming stuff out yet. The games themselves, even off the grid, hasn't released their token yet. For me, it's the infrastructure plays. It's the Superverse I showed you guys earlier. It's the carrots. It's the beams. It's the bytes, which is Neo Tokyo's token. I think there's a ton of upside in those. And then the more speculative day tradey stuff, the more meme type stuff is going to be in the games and the stuff that comes out more frequently. So definitely keep an eye on that. Like I said, those are a few plays right now, but just definitely keep an eye out for more stuff coming out. And there's rumors still that GTA will do something crypto wise. We'll see. Like I said, I was watching that Gary Vee video. He put in quotations. There's rumors that GTA is going to use the crypto stuff. I kind of feel like it's kind of very likely that they're going to do something. Are they going to go full retarded and do a full coin themselves? Probably not. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do some type of on chain where all the in-game stuff is on chain and gives you an opportunity to sell your assets, whether it be directly in the game or on chain on ETH or Sol or something. So, yeah, definitely not something else.
One more quick thing to add, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with this or kind of played around or thought about the idea of this, is the Phantom trending view tab on meme coins. And
Yeah.
I see we have Yanni here right now, which could be perfect timing.
I've been looking at it. I just actually jumped on that wave. I saw it being helpful to other people on crypto Twitter, so I just decided to look at it. I just saw the most ridiculous names at all times. It was like Jizz Soon, Jizmas, Rizm. It was like a mixture of just perverted shit and holidays. um, but people it seems to be like an indicator for some people for volume and what they call, I guess, it's just like normie volume running it up. Still kind of feels like these coins got something else attached to them that's making them run so hard and so
Shrug.
fast. I'm not sure. Obviously, I don't know that for a fact, but just kind of my feel. It's hard for everyone, all of us would have missed a lot of these, and they're just popping up at 30, 40, 50. It just seems like usually when stuff like that happens, I don't know, things don't add up later. But there's definitely been a lot of volume for this holiday TikTok meta. Even isn't it early for Christmas meta? What's the vibes? Hello?
It's never too early.
You just
We're
cut back
all
in.
very early.
What did you say? Sorry.
We're never too early. It's
I guess.
you just front running. You gotta get a better entry than all the normies.
I guess fair enough. But it's are these Christmas metas going to just rerun during Christmas time, or is it just going to be new Christmas meta?
You'll probably see some sell off, and then it'll be New Year's meta at Christmas
Right.
time.
I guess that makes sense. Some of the AI stuff that we mentioned last time. Do you remember that last? Obviously, Bully did its thing. Dosh has been making a nice move. But remember I mentioned that other project, Project 89?
What about it? Is it
That,
out?
yeah,
Is
that
it
thing
out?
just that thing just did like a 90% move in the last day.
Did you play it or what? Or are you just
Nah,
watching?
nah, I didn't play it. I was watching. I was a spectator.
What plays are you doing right now? What's your next move?
I'm in Dasha right now, and I'm in Dasha and in sorry, what was the other one? So I like Leah AI and Zero. Obviously, Zero Bro and Dasha are my two biggest conviction plays in AI, just based on my port and where I can get entries. But I like Leah AI. It's another one I've been peeping. If you want to open it up,
Yeah, you mind pulling it up on yours or?
wait, I'm on my phone, so I'm not sure.
Hey, Brent, you back? Let me see if I can pull up one.
Yo, I rugged my. I don't know what I was talking about before I went off, but what are you guys talking about? What's up?
We were talking about Project 89. I mentioned it did a 90% swing over the past day.
This one?
Yeah, Project 89. Look at that.
Yeah. Easy money.
The AI project focused on visuals. I've known about this for the rip, and I don't know. I always kind of like fumbled my entry and just had more conviction for some reason in other projects, but it's just made a big move, and I feel like it'll keep moving.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I think what else should we? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think a lot of the AI stuff we could see it continue to correct. Zero Bro kind of failed to break that high. But I think the next few weeks, the leaders will continue to go up, especially if, like I was saying earlier, if people start, these memes that are correcting this last month start to move up, attention starts to kind of go off of the AI for a little bit. Not saying that's going to happen for sure, but if it does, definitely keep paying attention to Zero Bro, all that. That's where you're going to get the best entries. But I do think Zero Bro probably goes up here in the next few weeks. The rest of them seem to be correcting. Project 89, I don't know if something that today. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think
I'd
there's
probably
going to
wait on it.
continue to be like these big corrections every few days in these
But
AI
based
meme
on what
coins.
you're
So
saying, I think is the best thing. Like those 4 or 5 big coins waiting for the corrections to get in, the same way you do with conviction memes. I still think is smart with the AI coins.
yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think buy and hold those for sure over the next couple months, and then definitely add on those corrections for sure.
Hmm.
Definitely a good strategy, like you said, especially because some of them were getting like these 40-50% corrections. Even on Zero Bro, we gotten 5 or 6 of them. So
Right.
I think, bro, and these are a lot of them are going to start to this next run probably smash billions. Most of these coins they go to a billion. Even the memes they don't stay there for very long. Popcat's probably been the one where it's like stayed at between 1 and 2 for the longest.
I mean,
But yeah, I
Peanut's
do
been
think
holding a billion.
yeah, I mean Peanut's been out for 2 weeks in general, but like yeah, how
Right.
long has Peanut been holding a billion now? Like a couple weeks.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Peanut is definitely that's I'm glad you brought that up. Peanut definitely one that kind of falls in the category where definitely strong coin of behind it. I do think there's an actual community forming around the coin itself now where this may be an opportunity right now while hype is down, and it has consolidated here for about 7 days actually as well, holding this low between 1 and 2. Where if you do have some extra capital, um, you're looking to deploy some. I still think that the Colt ones will explode stronger than something like Peanut, at least on this next run. Which ones, either way, I think something like Peanut, the ones we showed earlier, Giga, all that, are going above 5. Which 10, 20, 30, who knows? But I think something like Peanut right here with this nice corrective channel it's in over the last from November 13th. And then to add on top of that, since November 22nd, the nice consolidation we've gotten for a week. I wouldn't be surprised if this is bottomed out here and probably hasn't run going into December or January. So I've been buying a bit over the last week, and I think it's probably going to go to at least all-time highs, probably 5 billion. Um, what else? Let's look at Fred as well. I know a lot of people wondering about that as well. I think it's the same kind of thing with Peanut, very likely. Probably pretty like move in unison on this next move up. Fred's not as an obvious of a correction. I mean, it's an obvious correction. It's not as nice of a setup, in my opinion, with this consolidation. But I do think both of them probably do move into next year. Obviously a Binance listing or something would accelerate it even more. But yeah, I do think both Fred and Peanut are going to move higher in the near future.
What's up with all these base coins going nuts?
Yeah, there's just a lot of attention on base right now. A lot of the like influencer, like Ethereum people like Bankless and stuff, really pushing a lot of projects this last few weeks listing on there. This virtuals one we were talking about a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been watching it. It pumped another 20% today.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of mind share on base right now. I think that's gonna, there's gonna be a lot of TVL on base that probably goes over to these memes. So I mean, if you're one that wants to like kind of get ahead of the game, you might want to buy some of these that haven't pumped. I assume
Cocky new and wait, is Cocky new on fucking base or Tron? I don't
AVAX.
remember.
It's on AVAX.
AVAX? Oh my god, bro. But yeah, stuff like I don't even know what is like Tron Cat. I think is another base one.
No, Tron isn't Tron Cat on
Besides
Tron?
there was like I swear I don't know,
In
bro.
base,
That
in base,
probably
there's
you're
like
probably right.
there's a lot of base characters. Like Brett is like the obvious leader. That's where I got my biggest bag is. And then there's like Toshi. There's like now these AI coins like Virtual and Vader, and there's a few other cartoons like PZ and a few other ones. But the volume is always seems to be a little bit different. I don't know. It's like the metrics almost don't add up in the same way that Solana kind of has. But these things kind of continue to pump. Um, so I'm not super familiar with the ecosystem, but clearly it's going up. I mean, virtual protocol is going nuts.
Yeah. I assume I have to look into it, but assume Virtuals had like a lot of backing from some like big VCs or something to have
Yeah, I mean,
huge of a market
it'll
cap
probably
like that
cross,
quick.
it'll probably cross a billion in the next like 2 weeks.
I think it's at 1.3 right now, actually.
No, it's at 600.
No, if you look at the actual, I don't know, Rotes, if you're still on here, but if you look at the actual like market cap on the side, it says 1.4, but like I think the market
What
caps
is
are
it?
off on
Oh,
Dex Screener.
Oh, is it? Oh, it says it's at
Yeah, on some
600
of them.
million. Oh, you're right. It's at
Yeah,
1.3. Jesus, bro.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Um,
I don't know what's going on. It's something with the burn, probably. I'm not sure.
That's
yeah,
fucking absurd.
probably like the first mover like AI looked as like the first mover AI thing on base too, so might be why it's valued so high. Um, but yeah, I assume I think a lot of the base memes probably like that
1.3
are gonna be.
Bs. 1.3 Bs is crazy. Hold on. This chart is insane.
Yeah, I think a lot of the memes that are going to come out on base, like big ones next year, probably haven't even come out yet. I don't think there's like crazy exciting or any crazy communities besides Brett on there yet, at least that I've seen. Um, but
Damn.
someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a nice correction on virtual.
Right now? Oh,
No, there was
before on the left.
yeah, before that like perfect little thing just happened.
Nice consolidation. Also the hyper liquid airdrop came out today.
Yeah, everyone keeps
Airdrop
talking about that. What is that?
30% of the token to the actual users, which is huge. Hyperliquid's like it's like kind of like OKX or OK Fun or
The trading platform?
but more. It's got leverage trading on chain leverage. Well, OKX isn't on chain. I don't think it might be. Hyperliquid's like an on chain leverage trading thing, more so for bigger coins. I don't think I have memes on there.
Hmm.
But yeah, they airdrop 30% of the tokens, which is a lot. Usually these they still do like 10% to public or like 10% for the airdrop. So 30% is huge. A lot of people got this guy right here, Daniel got hits, got 600K um airdrop, which is crazy.
That's insane.
5 billion airdrop. I think that's gonna usually is probably what's gonna happen is a lot of these companies or a lot of the protocols they wait till conditions are good to start doing the airdrops. That's usually what happens. So wouldn't be surprised. Probably see a bunch of new airdrops here start to come for a lot of these protocols that have been around for a bit. Um, and then probably for NFT project type thing.
Jesus.
But I'm trying to see anything else here on Twitter. That guy, freaking Justin Sun bought the banana taped to the wall and he ate it. Oh my
I know.
god,
So fire.
insane.
I
Bandit
mean, we're seeing
says,
things
bro,
bounce, which is good.
yeah, absolutely. Bandit says, bro, how the fuck is that banana still yellow when it's been taped to the wall for weeks?
Fact.
Seriously, how the fuck is bro's eating a rotten banana? Crazy. Um. Let's see. Yeah, everything is starting to bounce. I think the let's see, since we've been on.
I saw so much FUD on Retardio the past 2 days on crypto Twitter. It's hilarious.
Yeah, then that's usually what happens again right before shit bottoms
Anytime,
out.
yeah, exactly. Anytime. It's almost like that needs to be the indicator to buy now.
It's one of them for sure. in confluence with other stuff, obviously too. There something could just be like not great, but if it's like a great asset and then it's been correcting, and yeah, people usually fudge right near the bottom. A lot of it's shit posting. You got to understand, especially about Retardio. Like people just like to have fun with this shit. But yeah, Retardio Cousins, I haven't bought any yet, but stuff like that, Retardio itself, because of how strong that community is, like it's probably a great buy right now. What about you, Danksy? Do you own any Retardio, bro?
No, I told you, bro. I'm not trading anything besides. I haven't
Doge.
traded anything in months.
Damn, so you're just Doge and Sol and ETH and NFTs right now?
Doge, ETH, very little Bitcoin, like 1% Bitcoin.
Okay.
Sui,
Wow, legend.
Doge, Sui, Solana, ETH. That's all I have right now in
Damn.
Bitcoin.
Get some meme coin exposure before these shits
I
go
mean,
to
you kind of
fucking.
played it. You kind of played it perfectly until now. It's like maybe just a little
Dude, I got
exposure
shit to
to me.
do, bro. I can't trade meme coins all day. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you,
Bet.
Rods? Where's your port at right now? What are you looking at? Is he on? I'm not sure if he dipped.
He might be at work, but
Yeah.
yeah, Rhodes, if
Roth
you
also has shit
whenever.
to do.
Retardio though, now that we're speaking on it, beautiful corrective channel as well. I think probably bottomed out. Been consolidating for about 9 days too, kind of similar to Peanut. If it hasn't bottomed here, I think it's very close. So definitely would not be selling your Retardio here. So just has
Definitely a good
crazy
entry
cult
here.
dynamics. Yeah, crazy cult dynamics. I haven't really bought any more yet because it's just not really, it's not my vibe as much as a lot of other coins, but definitely like can't they have one of the most cult like diehard communities still. A lot of influential people who, run other projects or like other stuff like, so I think still has a lot of mind share. I don't know why it got sold off so hard compared to other stuff, but again, a lot of these coins just are correcting at the same time. But I probably will buy my first Retardio here because of how good this setup is.
Run
Cool.
it. Run it. It's the move. Look, this is what I'm predicting. We just go.
Straight up. Hell yeah. Tomorrow we're back at all-time highs. Let's get it.
It's like something like this.
Hell yeah.
Backwards.
It looks like, yeah, to the left. It's going so vertical, it goes to the left. That's crazy. So vertical, it's leaning.
To the left.
That's like how Doge looked back in like 2021, though. Literally straight up. Right
Yeah,
now,
like,
fuck, it's how it looks right now.
I think in the next, I think we'll see Doge at 60 in like this week. I think.
Yeah, strong buy pressure, and it's without even any Elon tweets or anything. Without Doge agency really firing up too much of anything yet. I think there's a bit of execution risk, maybe if Doge, like the agency, doesn't. I don't know. There's like a lot of FUD around that or something. But even then, I think the meme coin, in general, market's gonna be so strong it probably won't even matter. Probably goes pretty straight to billion, straight to $1. With little corrections like we've seen the last few days. Yeah, what is that? Like $10? That's only $3, bro. What the dude? Go up.
Dude, I don't have a
That's
log
fun.
chart like you. That's what you gotta
That's
do.
fun. All you have to do is right click log. There you go.
I don't know what
$10.
that is.
That's Doge being the world reserve currency right there.
That's when you have stuff priced in Doge. Oh, something's wrong with my chart now. What'd you do?
Yeah. Too bullish.
Not bullish enough, apparently.
Yeah, but because of how slow Bitcoin's going, I'd be surprised if we do fail to break 99, come back down one more time to like 91, form kind of a bigger consolidation. Hopefully not like deep into the month, but we'll see either way. I do think in the next few weeks we'll see 100K Bitcoin. Could be a lot sooner, could be a little bit longer, but yeah.
For sure. I gotta hop soon
Yeah,
to another meeting in 10 minutes.
You have another
Appreciate you
meeting, you
guys
said?
coming in. Hello.
I'm listening.
You guys are cutting out, or my computer's tweaking. Fridays and Tuesdays 1 p.m. Pacific, and then Fridays the 10 a.m. slot is ours by right. Appreciate you guys coming in, Rotes, Yoni, Bren, and for Loco not here, but we're always here Fridays and Tuesdays talking about the best alpha. Yoni in the trenches, and we're macro trenches and alts as well, and NFT.
Sick.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Yeah, like you said, we'll be back on Tuesday. Definitely give everybody a follow here on the stream. We appreciate you guys coming on. Definitely, we're gonna try to make these streams interactive. It's kind of tough with these streams. You can't really bring people up unless we bring them straight into the stream yard. But we definitely this next year we'll have a bunch of cool guests lined up for you guys. A bunch of cool stuff. We'll have a definitely more quality as far as the mics and all that. But I appreciate you guys being on with us, and we'll see you Tuesday.
All right,
Love you
take
guys.
care, guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.